Hello, I'm Ryan Chan, CEO and founder of UpKeep, and today we're going to journey through the world of failure mode and effects analysis, or FMEA. We'll explore how this structured methodology can help organizations identify potential failures and their corresponding outcomes, making it a crucial tool for maintenance and operational teams. We'll break down the two categories of FMEA, design and process, and show you how each one functions to ensure the smooth running of operations. We'll also give you a glimpse into the process of implementing FMEA in your organization and some common pitfalls to avoid. So, if you're looking for effective strategies to reduce or even eliminate risks in your operations, stay tuned, you're in the right place. Let's delve into today's topic, FMEA. We'll explore its significance and how it can be applied effectively. This is a structured method that aims to identify potential failures and their corresponding outcomes. It's a bottom-up approach, starting with specific data and building up to form a more general plan of action. Now let's explore the two categories of FMEA, Design FMEA and Process FMEA. Design FMEA relates to the way that a system, product, or service was conceptualized. It focuses on the design aspect of a developmental process, and it's really beneficial in testing out new product ideas before introducing them to real-life scenarios. On the other hand, Process FMEA looks into current processes and procedures that an organization is already performing. It addresses potential failures that can have significant impacts on usual operations like process stalls, human errors, and environmental and safety hazards. So how does FMEA work? Well, it collects as much information from the production floor as possible. Maintenance and reliability teams, being closest to the equipment and processes, provide a collection of ideas on how failures can potentially occur. The effects of each potential failure are then assessed, and the severity of each of the effects is rated and evaluated to form a weighted scale. This is done using a risk priority number, or RPN, which becomes the basis of whether or not teams should take actions to address a potential failure. Now let's talk about failure modes. These describe the specific ways by which failures can occur. They can tell you a lot about the functional impact of a failure. For example, to establish the level of functionality after a failure, a set of failure modes can resemble the following categories: full function failure, partial or degraded function failure, intermittent function failure, overfunction failure, and unintended function failure. Next, let's discuss effects in FMEA. These describe the consequences or repercussions of an identified failure event. These effects can reflect a failure's impact on safety, productivity, and overall reliability. To get the whole picture of the extent of a failure, it would help to think of an effect in at least three levels: local effect, next higher level effect, and end effect. With long lists of failure modes and corresponding effects, the next challenge is building strategies to handle each scenario. An objective approach to quantifying the seriousness of failure events would be to identify the other components of the FMEA process, such as probability of failure, detectability, and severity. So, how do you start the FMEA process? Well, introducing a process such as FMEA is usually first approved by higher management. After a green light has been signaled from the higher-ups, the process of gathering all requirements then follows. These steps include identifying the component, equipment, system, or process to analyze, assigning a team and team leader, describing what is being analyzed, identifying potential failure modes, and the effects related to the failure modes, setting the criteria for evaluating the risk of each failure mode and their effects, designing a method of prioritization, taking the necessary actions to eliminate or reduce identified risks, and measuring the success of risk reduction after implementing the established actions. Now let's go over some tips for successful FMEA implementation. These include tailoring the evaluation criteria, being consistent with the rating scales used within the organization, identifying specific risk control processes for each failure mode, engaging the team, and using tools you already have. But be aware of some common FMEA mistakes, such as performing FMEA too late, unclear ownership, not having commitment, lacking proper documentation, and failing to identify the root cause. In conclusion, FMEA is an achievable process that offers substantial benefits to organizations of all types and sizes. It allows organizations to perform actions that effectively reduce or even eliminate risks. Having a comprehensive FMEA process sets up organizations to be prepared. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We've covered the basics of FMEA, It's two categories: design and process, and how to implement it in your organization. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more informative content. For more resources and tools to help your maintenance and reliability teams be more successful, visit us at upkeep.com. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.